What's going on, guys? This is Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ back in for another great episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about running back committees you need to fade at all costs. Like, you need to look the other way. You go up to the draft board, don't even attempt. You need to avoid this headache. Now, I don't want to waste any more time, so let's get right into the episode. So before we get into the episode, make sure you guys hit the link in the bio. Get yourself some merch, man. Wolfpack shirts, the fire content only, the RDF HQ shirts are available on sale now. So let's get into these running back committees we need to fade. Now, these two committees, man, I'm fading at all costs. You're probably going to watch this, and then you're probably going to see me leave out two other committees, but I'm on the fence about them. I'm not too sure if I'm going to fade them, but these two that I'm about to go into are fade completely at all costs. Now, let's start with the Jets. So recently, I just was at the training camp for the Jets, and I got to say there's some things that I liked. There's some things that I didn't, but it's the Jets. So let's keep that mind going into this. Let's keep that mindset. So hear me out. Now, this is a running back committee that I'm avoiding based on Michael Carter's ADP. It's in the 6th round. The waters get a little mucky down there when we're looking for a running back, so there's not much option. So hopefully you're not looking for an RB2 in the 6th round. That RB2 should have been secured about 3 rounds earlier. So when we're looking at Michael Carter, his ADP and his price, he has a talent, but does he have the opportunity? Now, the running back committee is alive and well. That's something that I took coming back from training camp with the Jets. So I really feel like, Ty Johnson's making some noise. Tevin Coleman's making some noise. We haven't seen Piron in there getting some reps in the red zone and short yardage opportunities. And then Michael Carter was doing punt return, kick return, alternating with Elijah Moore. So that wasn't something that I was ready to see. I wasn't expecting to see him on punt return because it wasn't like he was on there once. He was on there for most of the time. So I really feel like, when he did get his opportunities with the twos, he was like, having some flashes of talent, some flashes of, upside potential. But the thing is, he's doing it against backups. He didn't have any opportunity that night against the ones. So I feel like with this committee, it's alive and well. Obviously, you have a guy in Salah, as the head coach. He has basically, the Shanahan tendencies where the running back committee was heavy over there. So why wouldn't he bring it over here? You know what I mean? So I definitely think, we need to pump the brakes on Michael Carter. I think he needs to drop a little bit lower for me to want to buy into this running back committee. But as of now, with the hype, the Jets are looking great. Zach Wilson, he didn't look great at training camp when I just came back. But I really feel like, when's the last time we got excited about a Jets running back? Like, let's be honest. Like, when has there been a guy in the 6th round or higher that played for the Jets that we need to go get for our roster? Now, obviously, Le'Veon Bell was there. Obviously, he had an ADP higher than the 6th round, but Le'Veon Bell, that's his name. Was he really a Jet? Let's be honest. Was he a Jet? No, I don't count that. So what I'm saying is we're going into draft day with the expectations thinking, Michael Carter's the RB1. So, yeah, we're going to take him. He'll be the first Jets running back off the board. But I think that's a headache. I think that's a mistake that we're making. Now, obviously, if you're in the 6th round, he's your RB3. You're not at much risk at, being forced to start him. But I don't like bench warmers. I don't like a guy who's going to be on my bench who'll have some weeks on my bench popping off, and then I go throw him in. When I actually need him, then you get burned. Like, nobody wants to get burned. So I think this is a committee that is a full fade. I think it's like, lights out to where, like, I don't even like flinch or double take twice or side-eyed it. Like, maybe. No, this is a committee that I need to avoid. I really feel like Tevin Coleman's looking good. Tevin Coleman's a Shanahan guy. So, again, he's going to get his reps. Ty Johnson, he's looking like the check down back. That's basically something that I took away from training camp. And I really feel like, Piron, he might end up getting some opportunities too once one of these guys get hurt or, he just plays his role. I don't really feel like, this is set in stone for Michael Carter. I don't think this is set in stone how this offense will look. It's still early, man. We're in the beginning of August. A lot can change. But as of today, if my draft started tomorrow, I'm fading this entire running back committee just in case this could be something going on. So unless Michael Carter's ADP drops a little bit lower, then, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you other than just avoid the headache. Run away from it. Next up, this is an easy fade for your boy. This is a fade that I don't even need to blink twice about. This is something I sleep very well at night, even if I miss out on whatever the case may be that can potentially happen. These things can happen with the Eagles where Miles Sanders ends up being a breakout, a RB1, et cetera, et cetera. But no, I don't need the week to week headache. I'm a guy that likes to think 3 weeks ahead. I'm setting my lineup 3 weeks ahead because I'm looking at schedules, defense, rankings, et cetera, et cetera. This is not a start and forget. And the reason why this is a fade is because of his ADP. It's in the third round. Like we understand Miles Sanders ADP in the third round, Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. All these guys are still on the board. I cannot imagine myself or you or the Wolfpack going up to the draft board and drafting Miles Sanders as your RB2 at that, with Keenan Allen still on the board. That is disgusting. That looks horrible. AJ Brown is still there as well. What are we doing? So what I'm getting at basically is, man, Miles Sanders and the Eagles is an easy fade running back committee, being that they have Gainwell there. Being that it's been reported 3 days ago, by the time you see this would probably be 4 days ago, that, Boston Scott and him could possibly split shares. They could split the carries, split the role, split the job. Why? We all believe in or drafting Miles Sanders as the workhorse, as the guy, the bell cow that's going to be, majority on the field most of the time. But no, man, that is not true. Now, they went and got Kieran Johnson. They drafted Kenneth Gainwell, and then they brought back Jordan Howard. I don't know why, but I really feel like, Kieran's going to lock up that last running back spot. I don't think Jordan Howard makes a team, but still, all these mouths to feed. It looks crazy on paper because it is crazy on paper. It's crazier off paper. It's going to be live, front and center for us to watch that, this backfield is going to be a mess on a week-to-week basis. I think Sanders, he'll get his touches, of course. He'll get it. Sanders is the face of the running back committee. But something that we're forgetting as well, they have a mobile quarterback. Jalen Hurts, the last 4 weeks as the starter for the Eagles, led all QBs in rushing attempts. That's nuts, right? So what do you think it's going to translate into the next season? The same thing. He's a mobile quarterback, so therefore that takes from the running backs. That takes all rushing attempts. He's going to be the guy that's going to be zipping and making, the runs when there's unnecessary runs that you could just do the check down, right? Well, Miles Sanders was very terrible last season in catching the ball. He had 8 drops. So, yeah, came in second when it came to running back drops, by the way. So, yeah, there's that. That's where I think Gainwell will be very involved in. So, all these roles are carved out. All these guys are capable. They all have their purpose. These running backs are NFL players. So, I think they're all there for a reason. I think, going into draft day, thinking about Sanders or having him on our radar is a big no-no. It's a big mistake. This is a committee that needs to be faded at all costs because it's not worth the headache. It's not. You're going to be looking at Miles Sanders as your RB2 if you draft him in the third or even fourth round. It's going to be disgusting. It's going to be a huge headache. Now, Miles Sanders as your running back 3, full send it. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm 100% good with that. I'm just not willing to deal with the headache at all. But if you guys are Eagles fans, Miles Sanders fans, whatever the case may be, I don't know how your roster is going to shake out in the first 2 rounds, but I know for a fact the third round, you should not be drafting Miles Sanders. So quickly, there's 2 other running back committees that I didn't mention. Obviously, the San Francisco 49ers and then New England Patriots. They have a committee. They have some type of, running back situation going on that I think is worth mentioning, but I'm on the fence about. I don't think I'm fading them completely. I might be buying, these guys because they're cheap or, they have better talent or they have more of an upside to be, successful in the system. But again, I'm on the fence about them, so I'm not going to throw them in this video as a complete fade. But the 2 I did mention, Eagles and Jets, complete fade, run away. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please leave a comment below. Make sure you guys hit that link and get the merch off the Real Deal Fantasy HQ shop. And we are here to be, serviceable, draft day fresh. You got to come up, show up, rep the boy, the wolf pack, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, so I'll see you guys next week for another great episode of Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Peace.